In this tutorial, we will be copying and editing existing surcharges to set up specific project and customer level surcharges. Surcharges are the fees that are added to tickets and invoices that are not related to a particular product. They are generally applied to recover extraordinary expenses. Setting up surcharges can be complex and have unintended consequences if you make a mistake, so it's highly recommended that you copy an existing surcharge that you know is correct and edit the criteria to match what you want. Surcharges can be found in the Product Setup folder on the Navigator. If you don't see it there, you likely don't have specific surcharge privileges. When you click on Surcharges, the surcharge listing screen appears. To copy a surcharge, first we need to find one that applies. The surcharge listing screen is the same as all the listing screens in ClearView. To find what you're looking for, fill in as much information as you can, click the magnifying glass in the lower right-hand corner, and ClearView will return all the results that match your search criteria. Let's look briefly at the search criteria. First, let's choose a surcharge type by clicking on the down arrow. This determines the type of criteria that ClearView will analyze in determining whether or not the surcharge will apply. If you don't know the type, you can select all and ClearView will return every type of surcharge that's been defined in the system. A note of caution here. If you don't select a type or fill in any search criteria and click on the magnifying glass, ClearView will return every single surcharge in the system. Depending on how many records you have, it could take some time and there's no way to stop it. For this tutorial, we're going to copy an existing fuel surcharge and change the criteria for a customer. The process is the same for jobs, quotes, and projects. Let's set up a customer level surcharge for Big Boy Construction. We're not sure which surcharge type applies to fuel surcharges, so we'll leave the type as all. This surcharge is for a ready-mix project, so we'll leave the product stream as concrete. We don't know the product code for fuel surcharges, otherwise we could enter it into the product ID field to find it. But we do know that it has fuel in the description, so we'll enter fuel and click the magnifying glass. ClearView returns a long list of fuel surcharges. Scrolling down the list, we see that there are a number that have job pricing, quote pricing, customer pricing, and standard pricing. For safety's sake, we're going to stay away from the standard pricing surcharges. If we make a mistake there and save it, it will affect every customer in the system that does not have specific surcharges set up for them. In fact, let's change our search criteria to only return job level pricing. These are surcharges that are set up for a specific job prior to quoting, so if we accidentally changed one of them, the damage would be minimal. To change the search criteria, return to the Search Criteria tab. Under Price Type Attributes, let's choose the pricing type of job. It's represented by the letter J and click Search. This time ClearView returns only the job level fuel surcharges. Let's choose one to copy. Since we're only using an existing surcharge as a template to copy from, it doesn't matter which one we choose. Double-click on one and the Surcharge Management screen appears on the Quantity tab. We can see from this screen that the job level fuel surcharge for job number 230 is 0 per load, meaning we're not charging a fuel surcharge for this job. Let's go to the Setup tab and look at the header. Here's something to keep in mind when copying and editing surcharges. The surcharge management screens have a number of different components. The header defines criteria that applies to all versions of the surcharge. In this case, we're working with a fuel surcharge, product number 9900. When we make copies of this surcharge, the header will remain the same for both the parent and all its offspring. If you make changes to the header, those changes will apply to every fuel surcharge with a product number 9900. So if you're working with a copy of a surcharge and want to make changes to the header criteria, unless you want to change every related surcharge, it's best to just create a new one. Looking at the header for this surcharge, we see that it's an order quantity surcharge and that it's set to auto apply. That means that whenever the criteria that we set up is met, ClearView will automatically apply this surcharge. It's not tax exempt and it is not available to quote. That means that the price cannot be changed except on this screen. This surcharge is set up for the Troutdale plant for the Sandy Bluff subdivision. Always notice the surcharge pricing type. Let's confirm that we are not working with a standard surcharge. Notice that this surcharge was set up to start on January 1st, 2000 and does not expire. The minimum order quantity to suppress surcharge is not set. If we wanted to set this surcharge up so that if an order was large enough we'd ignore the surcharge, we'd put the amount that they have to order in this box. The Show Surcharge on Order If Suppressed flag means that if they meet the criteria to be charged a surcharge but we suppressed it, like the large order we just talked about, then we would still show the surcharge on the ticket, but it would be at no charge. This is intended to let the customer know that you've waived the fee for them and also allow you to keep a record of the times you could have charged for the surcharge but didn't. Let's copy the surcharge by clicking on the Copy Surcharge button. On the Copy Surcharge Detail panel, you can see that we're copying a fuel surcharge from the Troutdale plant and it applies to concrete customers. Now we need to decide which plant or plants our new customer level surcharge will apply to. We want it to apply to any batch plant, so we'll select all ready-mix plants. We'll leave the product stream as concrete. The surcharge that we're copying was applied to the Sandy Bluff subdivision job. Let's change it and attach it to Big Boy Construction. Click the Customer Radio button and enter Big Boy into the customer name field and click Search. Select Big Boy Construction and click OK. Now that we've set this surcharge to apply to Big Boy Construction, click Copy and we'll adjust the criteria for the surcharge to apply. Just to be safe, let's close this existing surcharge and open the copy for editing. Let's search for it on the surcharge listing screen. We're looking for a customer level fuel surcharge for Big Boy Construction. Customer discounted pricing is represented by the letter D for discount. Let's enter Big Boy in the customer name field. To make sure we get the surcharge we just copied, we'll return only those that were created today. So now our search criteria is a customer level surcharge for Big Boy Construction that was active today and has fuel in the description. Click Search and the surcharge listing screen appears with a copy of the surcharge for each plant. Double-click on one of the new surcharges. Let's change the price to $5 per load. By changing the unit of measure, we could make it $5 per ton, $5 per order, $5 per pound, whatever unit of measure we wanted. It's generally not good practice to have surcharges never expire, so let's have this one expire 1 year from now. We can revisit the pricing at that time to see if we want to adjust it. Return to the Setup tab and set the end date. Click Save. Now we've created a new customer-level fuel surcharge for Big Boy Construction that begins today at the Troutdale plant. To copy the new edited surcharge to the rest of the plants, we'll use the same process. Click Copy Surcharge and we'll copy it to all the ready-mix plants. This process is exactly the same for job, quote, and project level surcharges. Click Copy and you've created a new customer level surcharge for all the ready-mix plants. This concludes our copying and editing surcharges tutorial. For help on this or any other topic, you can find our support contact information by clicking Help on the navigator, then select About and go to the Support tab. Of course, you can always contact us at www.trucktracks.com.